What I see is now to tell me these things, baby. It broadens my horizon in the field of love. But I tell you, you're the one I'm leading to.
I talk about you all day long.
Is that for real, baby?
At work it seems I do things wrong.
Sounds good to me.
Talking about the man I love.
Yeah.
My ebony eyes.
But I tell you, I want you to talk about me in the morning time. Talk about me in the midday too. Talk about me in the evening time. Talk about me at bedtime, baby. You my ebony eyes. Baby, you got to be united. Yeah, but I said you let them talk and let them criticize.
Hungry? Come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereida Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
19 minutes after 5 o'clock. Hello, 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 hello. It is Monday. I'm thinking somebody wants to tell me something. Good evening.
John Hines?
No, he left already.
So, are you on the air?
I am.
Oh, who is this?
This is Lady D.
Oh, Lady D. Oh, pleasant good afternoon to you, my dear.
Good afternoon to you, too.
Okay.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it's a good day, isn't it? It is Monday. As always, I'm sounding the alarm. How are you doing, everyone? Hope you had a great weekend. I had a very long and tiresome one, but I'm here sounding all chirpy because I can't do anything else but sound chirpy. You know, my voice has to be transmitted over to you, and I need to keep you here with me. It is Monday, the time for the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. As producer and host of a show, it ain't an easy job. I'm doing all kinds of things, multitasking. 21 minutes after 5. Welcome. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. And it is a good day for me to join you here until 7 p.m. As always, you know we have the Monday Beat, chasing the Monday blues out of here with great music coming up in a few minutes. Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. A Jamaica ting, keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. And community life ought to be very interesting this evening. 22 minutes after 5. It's about time I get into the show because you are with me. 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. I'd like to say hi to my 104.5, 101.7 audience, and to my YouTubers in Inside the Zone with Lady D on the YouTube channel, and Sign FM 88.9 and CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Yes. So hello everybody. I'm so glad to be here today. And again, I'll be here with you until 7 p.m. We do have a lot to cover on the show this evening. And so starting it off, it is my Dancing Music Monday. So I'll be dancing up a storm and you're going to be joining me. You know, when it comes on to my Dancing Music Monday, I like to take you back in time. No greater dance music than the likes of Claudia Barry. Dancing Fever. Did I not say we bring you the best in roots, rock, reggae, R&B, disco, gospel, calypso, and a host of other selections? Aired right here on your budding and buzzing station. Linkage Radio. We've been around a long time.
There's a party at the club tonight. There's a fever that won't stop tonight. Everybody there is swinging around the stand. Everybody there is waiting for the band. They've got the dancing fever. They've got the dancing fever. The band will play all night, and everybody
This is how I start off my Monday beat. I do apologize for that. My Monday beat, chasing the Monday blues out of here with great music. Keep it rolling on a Monday afternoon.
So I'd like to know where
There's never a party you go to, and this is not a part of the rotation.
the notion. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, I don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat, I don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Ever since our voyage of love began, your touch has thrilled me like the rush of the wind, and your arms have held me safe from a rolling sea. There's always been a quiet place to harbor you and me. Our love is like a ship on the ocean. We've been sailing with a cargo full of love and devotion. So I'd like to know where you got the notion. Said I'd like to know where you got the notion. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Up to now we sailed through every storm, and I've always had your tender lips to keep me warm. Oh, I need to have the strength that flows from you. Don't let me drift away, my dear, when love can see me through. Our love is like a ship on the ocean. We've been sailing with a cargo full of love and devotion. So I'd like to know where you got the notion. Said I'd like to know where you got the notion. So I'd like to know where you got the notion. Said I'd like to know where you got the notion. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat, ooh, rock the boat, rock on with your Betsy. Rock the boat, rock on with your Betsy. Rock the boat, rock on with your Betsy. Roll yeah, roll yeah, roll yeah, rock the boat, roll yeah, roll yeah, rock the boat. Rock the boat, rock the boat, rock the boat, rock the boat, rock the boat.
Yeah. What a way to start off the Monday beat, chasing the Monday blues out of here with great music. Want to say hi to Pat and to Kat and to Celeste, my Stewie Cuny. I always like that handle there, you know, Celeste. So yes, good evening to you and everyone who is listening to me wherever you are tuning in to the show. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. It is a Monday drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. If you catch me today, I'm in my blue and white stripe. Yep, representing on the channel so everyone can see me, that I'm here to represent you. So hello to you. It is now time for Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. Whose voice are we hearing today?
She committed a crime, went to prison, turned her life over to God while behind bars, and is now an author, a motivational speaker, a life coach, an MC, and a minister. How did she end up behind bars? How did she change her life? And what lessons can you and I learn from her? Stacey Ann Garvey is my guest this evening. I'm Archibald Gordon, and this is Profile. Stacey and Garrett, welcome to Profile.
Thank you for having me.
So you're an author, you're a life coach, you're a minister, you're an MC. You've done so many different kinds of things. When you look at where you are now in relation to where you're coming from, how do you feel?
To be honest, it's like trying to understand, then and now. And, it had to be a superior being. It had to be God, coming in and taking over and just moving me from a mess to a message.
So let's talk a little bit about then. You grew up with your grandmother, and not so much, your mother was in the picture, but not as much as your grandmother. Why was that the case?
I mean, my mother had me young. She had me, I think she was about 16 or 17 when she had me. And so, finances and, just not being prepared to be a parent, really. So I moved around, from being with mommy in Spanish Town, being in Vineyard Town, and then having to live with the grandparents in Yala. So I think finances played a role, but she was a very good mother. She did her duty when she could. But it was more to the grandmother side that, most of the growing up came.
And that grandmother was very strict, you said.
Oh,
a lot
Lord.
of church.
A lot of church. Yeah, we went to church like probably 6 days out of the week.
6 days a week?
Yes.
What were you doing?
I mean, she would clean the church. She was in Women's Federation. She was in the prayer group. She was a part of the choir. And the list goes on. So she was always active at church. She always had something to do. She was always planning some church trip or something. So she was just always at church.
So you had this relationship with your grandmother and your mother at the same time. But you were telling me in the pre-interview that you didn't realize that your family structure was different than what other people had. What do you mean?
I think it was when I was a teenager, you started reading those Mills and, I mean, if you're in your 30s going on to 40, you know what I'm talking about. But you start reading those Daniel Steele and Mills and Boom books. And I think it was when I was about 15, 16, when I went to church, I saw a family structure that I didn't realize, was normal. And, we got TV late, so we started seeing the soap operas when I was in my teens as well. So I saw parents, I saw a mother and a father. I saw children being loved and hugged and all of that. And, I'm not saying this to say that, the parents or the grandmother didn't love me. But there was something missing, the hugs, the kisses, the conversations, even the little counseling and all of that. No one taught you how to be a teenager. Or, no one really taught us about love. They cared because they fed us. But that was basically it.
You think part of that you've said to me is responsible, or not understanding that dynamic was responsible for, what then started to happen to you in terms of the relationships you started to develop with men?
I believe so. I think that, my family wasn't really cultured. I mean, my mother had me young, her mother had her young, and my grandmother had my grandmother had a tribe of children. So, my grandparents just knew how to feed us and take us to church and, make sure that we had on clothes. But there was never that element of, showing love and showing affection, caring for the child other than feeding them and all of that. So, yeah, I would agree with you.
You sought that love and that relationship from elsewhere? So
the truth is, I grew up kind of different. I was always like this go-getter kind of person. And I believe, if I see something and I believe that I should achieve it, I go after it. And that mindset can be wrong in a way if it's not guided. So I saw love and I wanted that. So I ventured out early, finding that in a boyfriend that I was really not ready for. So I thought at 16, I could venture for the boyfriend and get the white picket fence, become a wife, and have the 2 children and the dog. The kind of thing you would have been reading in the Mills and Bones. Yes, and fall in love forever. But, that was really what really spiraled me down a wrong path in life.
Why do you say that? How did it spiral you down that path?
I mean, I realized later on in life that, all of that started with the whole rejection. And then, not being able to receive from that situation, because it wasn't really a relationship, what I thought I could have gotten from it. Being left in the dark. I think there's a Celine Dion song that said that, left in the dark, something like that. But being left in the dark, the gentleman walking away from me, it did something to my mind. It did something to my person. And, I started getting depressed from that. I felt like I lost something that I was just going after. And it did something really horrible to me. And, it really basically turned me into somebody that I really didn't know. I got depressed. I went into another relationship for about 6 years, not being healed or even counseled from the first one. The first one, I would have had my first abortion as well. So I had all of those issues, went and got into another relationship with somebody who had issues as well. And, that didn't work out. In that relationship, I had a couple more abortions. And my life just went down a path of destruction. I became a drug addict. I became an alcoholic. I started being promiscuous, partying. It was just a mess.
Did you at any point stop or even understand what was really happening?
No, because the truth is I thought that all of those things that I was doing would heal me. I thought that the partying would make me feel better about myself. I thought that, getting 15 tattoos and piercings and all of that would get me the attention to get love, and, nobody would leave me again when I'm the most irresistible person. So, living that life, you don't think about, the destruction or what's happening. You're just plunging deeper, and you're trying to find that space where you're happy, you feel better. And I think that's how the drugs came in, because it does something to your mind. It takes you to this happy place, but then it wears off. So it wasn't recognizing the path that I was traveling, but more just trying to feel better and trying to be better until I just got to a place of no return.
At the same time, you were having this parallel path that was taking place, because you had a career at the same time at this point.
I left high school at 18. I got my first job at 18 as well, which was really like a divine intervention. I wasn't even qualified. I left high school with like 4 CXC subjects, even though I was a valedictorian, because that's what my family could afford.
This was Seaforth High?
Seaforth High School, yes. Yeah, so, I got my first job through Heart Trust NTA, which I got an award for as well, SL Tops program. And, the company was very good to me. After the first year, I performed very well. And they actually kept me on staff, after that. So I wanted to go to school. I've always wanted to do mass communications because of, watching the news at an early age and seeing, the Erica Allens and all of those people. So there's so much I wanted to do, but then my mind just got messed up. And, I started just wanting to feel better about myself and just forgot about all of those things.
So you were in this job, you were on a certain path, you were doing well initially. So how did Stacey and Garvey move from this place of doing well initially into ending up behind bars? And then how did she end up turning her life around completely to the point where she's now a motivational speaker, she's a life coach, she's a minister? How did all of that happen? We're going to be hearing more about her story right after this break. Stick around.
Boy, I tell you, in the first 9 minutes and 48 seconds, you got a really good insight about this woman. Did you not find that empowering? And I mean, the interview continues, right? But I wouldn't be able to air that for you this afternoon. Welcome, everyone. It is a Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Stay with me. It is my Dancing Music Monday. Dance, 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 dance. Wow, wow, wow. I'm dancing up in my chair here. You know, I could get up, but it's so much work. I have to jump back down and do what I have to do. But hello. Welcome to my Ryan. Good evening. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, thank you. Welcome. And of course, Celeste is Stewie Cooney is having a great time dancing up a storm with me. What time is it? 5:45 p.m. And of course, you know, the show is brought to you by my sponsor.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Near the Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Welcome back. This is Inside of the Zone with the Lady D, Denise Gomez, brought to you right here on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM, soundradio.net, and of course, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. This is the show that keeps you informed, entertained, and so much more. It is now time for a Jamaica ting food sweets.
Special people, a place where champions grow, a magical vibe, so much more than you will ever know. You can't ignore the music, reggae so profound, and when it comes to the track, you know that Jamaica won't back down. On top of the world, we're more than just an island in the sun. Oh, a great nation, Bob Marley said, welcome everyone.
Yeah. Welcome to Jamaica. You know that's my cue, right? When I just say pull it down. Welcome to a Jamaica Ting Food Sweets.
Roast yam and cooked saltfish, roast potato, hockey and saltfish, roast saltfish here.
And this is yellow yam, white
Yellow
yam,
yam.
soft yam.
Yellow yam, mainly we do.
All right, cool. So
I
you're
would
gonna,
love to invite you into my shop.
Christopher, me and you and that knife. Me don't know, Christopher.
I won't harm you.
You do roast yam and you also do roast saltfish.
Right.
And you do pick up saltfish as well.
Some people does not love the grease, so we go the roast.
Okay. We ask for the $300, but you could give me like a $800 portion. Yeah.
No problem.
Christopher the banana.
Anything for you.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Do you want me to go on and count the money on the side here?
Well, you can count it, but I already know how much is there. So
A thief, you call me thief, Chris. You know what? Excuse me. A thief, Christopher, call me thief. You know what the Terry test is? You never seen nobody do that before. No man, we like to know if we think, if it's heavy, if it's loaded. Ooh, this is nice. I have to make sure so it's not just bare yam. Give me to spread out the cornfish on the top, you know. This is beautiful. All right, this is, oh my God. Here.
So do you care for a peg up here?
Sure. Peg up here, hold up here. Anything you want, give me. Anybody wants? Bless your heart. Because we can't really eat this and don't have a peg up here. And look at this man. You're shot. You're shot. Jesus! Okay, so I know what you're thinking, right? I just had the roast yam and the peg up here and the pick up saltfish, but I just had to make one more stop because I heard about this place that is just absolutely fantastic with curry. And wherever curry is, curry whatever, Terry Carell is there. Hi, welcome! Thank you. Miss Claudette.
Yes.
All right, what a warm welcome.
Yes.
In Manchester, right? All in Manchester.
Yes.
So guess what? We're in the area and everybody said that there's this curry place.
Good curry.
So we were coming down the road and I'm trying to see if it's a big restaurant.
No, it's just a little. It's just this.
But it's all right because everybody's talking about your curry.
Yes.
So you're going to tell me what make, well, not give away your secret
My
recipe.
secret, but
tell me what make your
curry.
What make your hand and your foot so good that your curry tastes
Because
good?
I do it with most love.
Yes.
I do my curry goat with love. This is the meat now, ram goat meat, and it's only local ram goat.
Love that. How many pounds do you go through easily in a day?
Like 70 pounds. So.
Wait, 70?
Yeah. It can be more, depends on how busy it is.
Wow!
It can be more, cut up meat.
What is your place called? Because everybody says
Claudette, top class curry goat.
Claudette,
Top class curry goat.
Listen. I want you good up, top class, curry goat,
yes.
white rice, holy
Gravy and the rice on the side.
No,
You want it on the rice,
yes,
all over the rice?
Absolutely.
You want a large or a small?
Look, me normally look small, but me eat large. Yes,
Okay, let me get you a large one.
Thank you very much. I don't know if people have told about the terry test. So the terry test is when we go. If it heavy.
Okay.
And you know what? She not cut no corners. It's heavy.
All right,
And the food come with pear.
See there.
Oh my goodness, man. Miss Claudette, man, oh, you for do this to me.
I want to eat your belly full
Look
and
how
bust it.
pretty.
I want you to bust it.
The rice is nice, soft.
Okay.
Let me try the curry goat. All right, so I know Manchester technically was supposed to be my parish, but because I was kind of close to St. Elizabeth and I heard about this lady who prepares cow skin soup with the peanut grain, I don't even know what that's about, but eat around Jamaica, so that's exactly what I'm doing. Follow me. Oh, Miss Paulette! How you? So my soup?
Oh, why you come so late and the food soup finish? No, it go fast sometimes it go fast, sometimes it's slow.
Usually you pass places in Jamaica, them have manish water, them have chicken foot, chicken back, chicken, red peas.
Well, we just decided to try something else, and a lot of people like it.
No, I realize because we've been here for, just a minute, and the motor cars that pass and stop, and we even saw people getting soup. So I guess the question is, how was it going into the cow skin? Like cow skin, was it hard to perfect it, or was it pretty easy?
Well, we started out on like selling corn, and then now we just change up his style and put cow skin in it, and from that a lot of people just like it and get just bigger pot and cook it.
But okay, so talk to me about the peanut now, because not only do we have the cow skin, but we also have the peanut grain.
Yes, put the peanut grain in it, put yam, dumpling.
You see the yam and dumpling I get and the cocoa I get, but what made you say, you know what, make a throw in some peanut grain and just
corn grain?
What made you choose the peanut?
Like, a lot of people just believe in peanut, like it do things for them, so they just enjoy the peanut inside of it.
Very nice. Very, very nice. As in consistency, nice and thick. Taste is very nice. Nothing. And nothing.
The men love it.
The men love it. Yeah, eat around Jamaica. I've been to so many places. I crossed St. Elizabeth, Nashana. Too bad for you.
Well, that was Jamaica Ting. I just love to find these good content to share with you. Welcome, everyone. Even Ryan had to comment. He says, wow, oh my gosh, cow skin, oh my God, would eat some now. And he can't stop. Yes. And Stuart Cuny said, that sounds so good. Eating the real good up food. Only in Jamaica, only yard, only the rock, land of wood and water. And we can name them all. I tell you, it's simply Jamaica. 5:54 p.m. Good afternoon, everyone. I know that you are gearing up for keeping you in the know with news happenings and facts coming up at 6 o'clock. And oh my goodness, do we have some headlines for you? And the hot topic that's on everybody's talking point is the swearing in of Rihanna, her dress that she wore, and all of that. But Chris Wilby and I will be putting it into perspective. You know, we like to hash out the thing, and we're real about it. So welcome, everybody. My name is Denise, Lady D. Gomez. I'm having a good time here, and I hope you are too. You're out there. The number to call me is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228, and I'm looking forward to chatting up a storm with you. You know anything about chatting up a storm, though? Is on the old people use the term chatting up a storm. I'm sorry. I just suddenly felt old when I said chatting up a storm. There are certain phrases that we use, and it's only because we were raised in a certain time, you know. Now, when you use certain kinds of phrases, people just and you know, I'm looking for Brain Box Jackie. Haven't seen her yet, and you know, Ryan is asking for her, and every week I have to be sending out what is called a holo. All right, my love. Okay. Okay. So just want to welcome everyone this afternoon and to say blessings. Exams are on for Jackie. So Ryan, I'm not sure how that's going to work out for you today. But you know, if you don't see her, then you just have to hang in there until she's able to come on or whatever is going to happen at that point. So just want to welcome everyone. 3 minutes to the hour of 6 o'clock. And I promised you at 6 we go live with, you know, some really good music. Dancing Music Monday. Welcome. And Brain Box Jackie has arrived. Welcome, Jack. Don't forget the telephone number to call, 914-600-4228. Get your pens, your pencils, your crayons, your slates, your notepads, your notebook. We are going to be talking this afternoon, 2 minutes to 6 o'clock. My name is Denise Lady D Gomez. Did you know I'm DJ Lady D? Haha. And that's what Betty Love says. That I have a sound called. Betty says I have a Lady D sound. That's my music center. Well, congratulations to you, Brainbox Jackie.
I see you a minute, please.
I need to see some John Travolta moves going on here. Man, John could dance. 1 minute to 6 o'clock. The Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. It is now 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I'm ready to go. How about you? Welcome, everyone. It is now time for Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts. My name is Denise Lady D Gomez, and with me is, of course,
Chris Wilby from Caribbean Vibes Radio Network. Good afternoon to you, DJ Lady D.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, sir. Mr. Wilby.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well, but for the past about 2 weeks, I meant to tell you and I forgot that you're coming over quite muffled. I'm not sure what has happened.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me switch my earphone a minute. Just give me 1 second.
That's all right. It's 1 minute after 6 o'clock. And of course, Chris Wilby has joined us. Last week, he wasn't able to be with us, and we missed him as always. And he's back this week. We do have headlines here for you as they appear today. And as we read them, at the end of the headlines, we merge right into our community life, and the line will be open then for you to call and participate with us. To my YouTubers, I'm not asking you to stay there and just watch and enjoy the show, but rather to be a part of the discussion as you've always been as well. Don't forget the telephone number is 914-600-4228. That's 914-600-4228. Welcome to you, Chris. Well, be how you do.
I am back, and I hope I sound a little bit different.
There's a little staticky and sound in the background. You know, like when you have a little chicken frying. We can hear it. But nevertheless, we're going to keep moving, okay?
All right, let's do that.
Yes, I'm not sure what changed. Something changed. And so you're not coming over as clear as we're accustomed to hearing you.
I have no idea what's going on here.
All righty. So let's...
Are you hearing me?
No, I'm hearing you. I hear you, but it's not clear as usual. Anyway, let's go. You have the first go for the headline of the afternoons. Go ahead and say hi to your people.
All right. Good afternoon once again, Lady B. Good afternoon to all the listeners. And it's good to be back with you. Recovering from COVID. We will talk about that later on in the show. Yes. So this evening we're going to start off with news coming out of Jamaica. With a recent announcement by Barbados of 33-year-old pop star Rihanna as a national hero, Jamaicans in the diaspora have started to amplify calls for reggae king Bob Marley to be installed as the 8th national hero of Jamaica. Community activist and CEO of Team Jamaica, Bickle in Queens, New York, Erwin Clear, told the Jamaica Gleaner that there are very few individuals who have had such profound impact on humanity as Marley has had. His message that is so eloquently delivered through his music inspires kings, presidents, and the common man. He is a third world man with a first world mission, Clear said. Jamaica-born and New York-based university educator Chandra Young labeled Marley the de facto Jamaican national hero. He has met and exceeded all categories for selection in the value of his contribution to Jamaica and the Jamaicans. Despite the lack of an official declaration explicitly proclaiming him as a national hero, he remains admired and revered for his legacy and role in Jamaica's social, political, and economic history and present. His words of revolutionary protest are on the lips of human beings across the globe. He is Jamaica's preeminent ethnomusicologist. His poetry, his lyrics have inspired people to get up, stand up for their rights. In doing so, he inspired a generation to chant down Babylon with chants of liberation and independence for nations out of the darkness of the lies of colonial oppressors. Jamaica has debated for years about adding Marley to its order of national hero. No new heroes have been added since the 1980s, although a committee that examined nominations a few years ago had included Marley and former Prime Minister Michael Manley among a list of 10 names. Ironically, while decision makers in Jamaica have dragged their feet, the world has acknowledged Marley as a global hero. In 1999, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. At the turn of the century, the BBC proclaimed his song One Love the song of the century. Time magazine named Exodus the album of the century. In 2001, his name was also engraved on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Bob Marley remains the only Jamaican to be so bestowed. Florida-based entertainment attorney Lloyd Stanberry is of the opinion that Jamaica's lack of vision has been exposed by Barbados. We have heard a lot of talk around this issue of national hero since Barbados took the decision to get rid of the Queen and also make Rihanna a national hero. My view is that this move by Barbados highlights the lack of vision and the backwardness of successive Jamaican governments. This is not about following Barbados, it is about Jamaica losing its reputation as a thought leader in the Caribbean, Stanberry said. New York broadcaster and music editor Stan Evans Smith shared that the criteria used to select national heroes of Jamaica are outdated. Our national heroes fought through slavery and colonialism. Those circumstances are no longer relevant to the present day. The heroes of our modern Jamaica face a fresh set of challenges, hence the need for new criteria, he reiterated. Young added, Bob remains Jamaica's largest unsponsored export. As a nation whose GDP depends in large part on tourism, Jamaica owes much to the selfless pursuit and prowess of Robert Nesta Marley. With all the talk in Jamaica and the diaspora about Marley, some are asking whether he had a premonition that someday his life and work would be scrutinized. The lyrics, "To judge not," offer some insight. Who are you to judge me and the life I live? I know that I'm not perfect, that I don't claim to be. So before you point fingers, make sure your hands are clean.
With the recent announcement by Barbados of 33, I do apologize for that. The Department of Correctional Services is reporting that 3 wards of the state earlier today absconded from the Metcalf Street Secure Juvenile Remand Center. The department says they were discovered missing by a correctional officer during a regular check at the isolation section of the institution. It was revealed that the ventilation area made of concrete was destroyed. The department says it has notified the police and an investigation has been launched into locating the missing wards and the circumstances surrounding their escape. Go ahead, Mr. Wilby.
A woman has been charged for murder following the death of another woman after a prolonged series of disputes stemming from a shared partner. Charged is 42-year-old Tamara Lewis, otherwise called Tammy, of Greenvale Road, 9 miles Bull Bay, St. Andrew. Lewis has been charged for the murder of 31-year-old Keon Boyd of Stella Road, Harbor Street, Kingston, 17. Boyd was killed along Princess Street in Kingston last Friday, December 3rd. Reports are about 1 in the afternoon, both women, who had been having prolonged disputes over a shared partner, ran into each other on Princess Street. The police say both women engaged in a fight, during which Lewis used a scissors to stab Boyd in the chest. She was taken to hospital where she was pronounced dead.
A Clarendon family, whose pitiful living circumstances were highlighted by the newspaper, has been getting help, but equally they are being chastised. Suzette Wilson, her spouse Owen Brown, as well as their 5 daughters aged 19, 16, 13, 8, and 1, in a rundown house at Currata Hill in the parish. They stated their desire to raise chickens, pigs, and goats to help improve their lives and appealed to help to start an agricultural venture. Since the publication of their story on October 29, a handful of kind-hearted persons have answered their call for help. Wilson said that she got 30 chickens and 8 bags of feed, as well as tablet computers from Ian Atkinson, a member of the Jamaica Fire Brigade. They have also benefited from gifts of clothes, food, and other items. Quote, I have not reached to where I want to, but I am grateful for those who reached out and helped me. All of those who talk bad things about me, God bless you, and I thank Uno very much. All who talk good things about me and help me, God bless you more and strengthen Uno, unquote, Wilson stated. In preparation for the possible donation of piglets, Wilson and Brown have constructed a pig pen. They are hoping that their dreams of pig farming can become a reality. Quote, "Me make me pig pen, me no get no pig yet, but by the grace of God, me know me a go get it," unquote, Wilson said. Meanwhile, the struggling mother said highlighting her plight has come at a tremendous cost, as there have been persons who were less than understanding and have been caustic in some of their remarks. She believes that is one of the reasons many Jamaicans suffer in silence, as they are afraid to put themselves out there to ask for help. She did, and her family, particularly the children, are paying the price for it. Quote, "They say a lot about it. Them call we all sort of name. Me never want talk about it cause it make me cry," unquote, she said. As Christmas approaches, Wilson's simple wish is for the family to have a safe and enjoyable holiday. Her big-ticket item is to get a better place to call home. Wilson, 39, said she has a back problem that prevents her from doing labor-intensive work, and that her children's father, Brown, 54, has been diagnosed with arthritis in both shoulders, which hinders him as well. Wilson said that 2 of the children are asthmatic. One has 2 holes in her heart, and the other suffers from joint pains. Their house is in a state of disrepair. Wilson said that things are so bad that she has to resort to using old clothes to plug holes in sections of the house to keep out water. In addition, Wilson said that frogs and slugs often make their way into the house because of many holes. Mr. Welby.
A convicted cop killer who was allegedly nabbed by the police while hiding in a truck with the same gun used in the shooting. Let me read that again. I'm sorry, Lady D. A convicted cop killer who was allegedly nabbed by the police while hiding in a truck with the same gun used in the shooting tucked in his crotch, along with rounds of ammunition, lost his appeal against his conviction and life sentence for that 2012 murder last week. The man, Anthony Brown, was in 2018 convicted by a judge and jury on an indictment charging him with 2 counts of illegal possession of firearm, 1 count of illegal possession of ammunition, and 1 count of murder, and ordered to serve 29 years before he becomes eligible for parole. According to the facts of the case unveiled during the trial, Detective Corporal Ransford Durant was shot and killed on the morning of December 17, 2012, shortly after he entered a shop in the Windsor Heights St. Anne area. On the morning of the shooting, one spent 9mm cartridge case was recovered from the shop by personnel from the Constabulary's Technical Services Division. Scenes of crime. The spent casing was parceled, labeled, and taken to the Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine for ballistic testing. His killer or killers remained at large until January 3, 2013, about 12:30 a.m., when detectives from the Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch, acting on information, went to the vicinity of the Angels Plaza and signaled a motor truck to stop. The rear of the truck, which was laden with goods and partially covered by a tarpaulin, was searched, and Brown and another man, his co-accused, were found. They were ordered from the truck, and a search of Brown revealed a firearm with a magazine containing 5 rounds of ammunition hidden in the region of his groin. These items were submitted for ballistics testing. An expert attached to the IFSLM testified during the trial that there was a ballistics match between the firearm recovered from the appellate and the spent casing recovered from the shop in Windsor Heights. An eyewitness who testified during the trial also placed Brown at the scene of the crime on the day. Brown, during the trial, disputed the police's account that he had been found with a gun in his possession. The defense, in appealing the 2018 ruling, argued, among other things, that the prosecution witness had identified the wrong person. The Crown had failed to present any concrete evidence to link the defendant to the crime, and that the sentence was manifestly excessive. Further, the defense said that the trial judge had failed to give adequate instruction to the jury regarding what it said was the inconsistent and contradictory testimonies from the Crown witnesses, and that Brown was wrongfully convicted for a crime that he knew nothing about and could not have committed. In the judgment handed down last week, the appeal court said, "Our perusal of the transcript revealed that the learned judge not only gave adequate directions on inconsistencies, but also pointed out several for the jury's consideration."
We continue with the news. Baby Sham and Mr. Vegas push back at veteran Jamaican broadcaster Faye Ellington criticizing Rihanna's dress. There's been a huge debate among conservative Jamaicans who felt that Riri's choice of clothing to be conferred the title of National Hero of Barbados was inappropriate. Rihanna has not built a fashion empire by just being a businesswoman. The artist has been a sex icon, and her fashion choices have continuously oozed feminine sexuality and sex appeal. Although the event was nothing that she had never attended before, Rihanna chose to wear a long burnt orange gown and opted to go braless, which was very obvious in the photos she was captured in. Despite this, however, it was truly Rihanna's style, and Bajans did not seem to mind. Jamaicans, however, are on the conservative side, and one noted commentator, media practitioner Faye Ellington, says the dress was most inappropriate. Quote, "All her boobs were just jumping up and down in the frock," unquote, the older woman was quoted by the Jamaica Stars as saying. Faye Ellington, however, said the National Hero Award might have been sprung on Rihanna. Quote, "She may not have known that the announcement was going to be made, that she was going to be given the honor of National Hero, but at the same time, going into a function like that was inappropriate. I know she has pop culture and all of that, but there is a time and a place for everything," unquote, she said. Others, however, did not see a problem with Rihanna's attire, including PNPYO former head Crystal Tomlinson, who drew attention to how the attitudes in Barbados were advanced. Others, like Baby Sham, disagreed with Faye. Quote, "Fear, go mind your own business," unquote, he said on Instagram in response to the news article quoting Faye. According to Mr. Vegas, who posted a lengthy statement on IG defending Rihanna, the dress is symbolic and deliberate. Quote, "The dress without sleeves was deliberate," unquote, Vegas wrote. This style of dressing was forbidden in places, such as places of worship, courthouses, etc. The color of the dress represents the earth where the African woman comes from, and a testament that everyone came from the black woman. Quote, "Hold that in a una face, oppressors and black overseers," unquote, he continued. "All now, Jamaica no make Bob Marley national hero because he had too many kids out of wedlock and smoke weed. Yet still, they use him to sell the island to tourists," unquote.
Okay. Parents of Michigan shooting suspect are on suicide watch. The 15-year-old accused of killing 4 of his classmates and injuring several others is on suicide watch, as are his parents, who were arrested this weekend after a brief manhunt. James and Jennifer Crumley pled not guilty Saturday to 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, which they were charged with in connection with their son's alleged mass shooting at Oxford High School in a Detroit suburb. The couple failed to appear at their initial arraignment on Friday and allegedly withdrew $4,000 from an ATM in nearby Rochester Hills. They were arrested early Saturday in Detroit after their car was spotted and reported by a tipster. Detroit Police Chief James White told reporters Saturday that the Crumbleys were very distressed after being arrested. The Crumbleys are being charged for allegedly providing their son unrestricted access to a 9mm Sig Sauer handgun that James Crumbley bought on Black Friday, 4 days prior to the shooting. The gun was a Christmas present for the teen. He and his parents met with school officials on the morning of the shooting, after multiple teachers reported seeing disturbing drawings and images in class, according to a letter from Oxford Community School Superintendent Tim Throne. The teen suspect was immediately pulled out of class after a teacher saw a piece of paper in front of the student with the words scribbled, "The thoughts won't stop. Help me," along with a drawing of a bullet, according to the Detroit News. During the meeting, according to Throne, guidance counselors told the alleged shooter and his parents that they had 48 hours to seek counseling for their child, or the school would contact Child Protective Services. When the parents were asked to take their son home for the day, they flatly refused and left without their son, apparently to return to work. Given the fact that the child had no prior disciplinary infractions, the decision was made he would be returned to the classroom rather than sent home to an empty house, Throne said. The Crumbleys' lawyer maintained Saturday that their clients were innocent and accused the prosecution of presenting incomplete facts. "We need an opportunity to fight this case in court and not in the court of public opinion," Attorney Shannon Smith said during Saturday's arraignment. Andre Sikora, a 65-year-old Detroit artist whose workspace provided the Crumbleys with a hiding spot for less than 24 hours, is cooperating with authorities. His lawyer told the AP Sunday that Sikora had a friendly relationship with the couple and met them at his building on Friday, but wasn't aware that they'd stayed the night. There was a lot of confusion, and the Crumbleys went to him for safety. He didn't know about the charges, Attorney Clarence Das said. They were there in the daytime. He left in the early evening. He didn't even know they were still there. Sikora later contacted police voluntarily, his lawyer said. The Crumbleys and their son are all being held at the same prison facility in nearby Pontiac and are on constant suicide watch, authorities said Saturday.
The prosecutor overseeing the case against the student accused in last week's deadly Michigan school shooting and who took the rare step of charging his parents left open the possibility Monday that school... Let me read that again for you. The prosecutor overseeing the case against the student accused in last week's deadly Michigan school shooting and who took the rare step of charging his parents left open the possibility Monday that school officials could also face charges, saying, in this case, a lot could have been done different. Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald said the investigation's findings will determine whether school officials will be charged in last Tuesday's attack at Oxford High School. But she noted that the 3 hours before Ethan Crumbley's alleged open fire, killing 4 fellow students and wounding 6 others and a teacher, the 15-year-old was sent back to class after a meeting between school counselors and his parents over a drawing a teacher found on his desk that included a bullet and the words "blood everywhere." In this case, a lot could have been done different. I mean, at that meeting, he was allowed to go back to school, she said Monday during an interview on ABC's Good Morning America. We know that he either had that weapon with him or someplace where he could have stored it in the school. But he had it in the school, there's no question. And leaving the decision to parents about whether he goes home or not, she added, not finishing the sentence. Tim Throne, superintendent of the Oxford School District, said Crumbly and his parents met with counsellors on the day of the shooting. He said counsellors found the teen calm and didn't believe he would harm others. The parents, Jennifer and James Crumbly, were asked to take their son home, but flatly refused, Throne said. Throne said a third party will investigate the events that occurred before the school shooting in Oxford Township, a community of about 23,000 people, roughly 30 miles, that's 50 kilometers, north of Detroit. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel said her office could conduct the probe and did not rule out investigating, even if the school district declines her offer. We're better suited to do this than a private actor like a security firm, law firm, or anything of that nature, she told the Associated Press on Monday. When the institution is serving as a client and they hire a private agency, many times that is only sort of to cover up for any mistakes that might have been made as opposed to really getting to the truth of what occurred. Nessel said she's not looking to blame the school district. A review of the tragedies, she said, will show what happened, identify possible violations of protocols, and provide lessons so students are kept safe. Asked whether school staffers may be charged, she said, quote, "I'm not going to rule anything out, but we're going into this with the hope that we can discover best practices, best policies, best procedures, and make recommendations to schools around the state, possibly to the legislature, for laws that should be implemented and to ensure the safety of school children around the state," unquote. Ethan Crumbly has been charged as an adult with murder, terrorism, and other crimes in the attack. And McDonnell filed involuntary manslaughter charges against his parents, saying they failed to intervene on the day of the tragedy despite being confronted with a drawing and its disturbing message. McDonnell said Monday that Crumbly's parents did not mention during the meeting at the school that Ethan had access to a 9mm pistol. Authorities say he used the gun to carry out the attack and that his father bought it for him at a local shop on Black Friday as an early Christmas present. Although the gun was legally sold to James Crumbly, minors in Michigan cannot possess guns aside from in limited situations, such as when hunting with an adult. Quote, "You can't even in an airport mention anything that even remotely indicates that there might be some sort of violence on a plane. You'll be immediately extracted. And yet we have a kid who is saying some pretty concerning things, that he was allowed to go back to school, and now the parent mentions that he had access to a weapon," unquote, McDonnell said. McDonnell said prosecutors have evidence suggesting that the couple purchased that weapon for their 15-year-old and bragged about it online, thought this was some joyous occasion as a present.
And finally, a Maryland man is facing fraud charges for allegedly selling more than 600 fake COVID-19 vaccine cards that he advertised on Facebook for $75 each. Amar Shabazz, 23, purchased the fake vaccination cards through a foreign online marketplace in June and then started advertising them on his social media accounts, federal prosecutors said. COVID-19 vaccination card, who want one? $75 a pop, he wrote in one post, according to a criminal complaint. A month later, he posted, "I sell proof of vaccination cards," underneath a link to a news article about restaurants requiring proof of vaccination. Shabazz allegedly told one potential buyer in a private message that he had run out of vaccination cards. "Made 300 today. I'm sold out. Just bought 500 more cards. 60 times 500 is 30K. I'm going to be rich," he told the person, prosecutors said. Shabazz, who was only released from prison in April after serving time for possession of child porn, allegedly delivered the vaccine cards via the U.S. Postal Service. Okay.
Keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Good afternoon, everyone. The news articles, as they appear today, are now open for discussion. And of course, in addition to that, we will be discussing the dress code drama of Rihanna, who is now a national hero in the nation of Barbados. Welcome. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Well, Mr. Wilby, we have there's a lot of moving around there, Chris. I don't know if something is rubbing against something.
I don't know.
Maybe your headphone or something. I don't know.
Maybe my headphone. I don't know.
Yes. So here we have people are alluding to their personal convictions as to why Bob Marley should also be awarded that very high position posthumously. That's all they get as a national hero. Then you have the dress code with Rihanna. Then there was also the news concerning the woman who was stabbed to death following the dispute over a shared partner. Oh, Lord. And then you had the family who is suffering in Jamaica, poverty, health issues that they seem to have in Clarendon, which I thought was a very hard news to read a while ago, after having heard that the two of their children are also suffering from ill health. And father, so that whole piece there is very troubling as well. Then, we had, Lord, the matter with the police officer. Then here you have the parents of the 15-year-old who, as the news headline says, allegedly shot and killed several people. Where do we start first? Oh, Lord.
Pick your choice. There's somebody who said pick your choice. The whole of them nice.
Right.
Yeah. I tell you.
Well.
Yeah. First of all, let me just say to the listeners that for the past couple of weeks, I was battling COVID-19. Yeah. So that's why I was absent, but I am feeling much better. Still not 100% out of the woods. I am probably about 90% better right now. So thank everybody who have reached out and all the works. Appreciate the love.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Lady D, back to the...
So hold your thought one moment. So one, I was aware, ladies and gentlemen, that he wasn't well, but, out of respect to him, and I needed him to be well again, I did not disclose that. I wanted to wait until he returned to the show. So now full disclosure to you, our viewing and listening audience. So thank you, Chris, for the fact that you're back. I don't want you to do too much, so that you can heal properly. Let us go to our first caller online. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know with News, Happenings, and Facts. Good day to you.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Good evening, caller.
Hey, Cat.
Yes,
Is this Cat Errol Stewart? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah. I would like to comment on the shooting incident there, the 15-year-old.
Yes.
It's I don't know what to describe. The parents having purchased that gun for their 15th as a gift, a Christmas gift. And you know, and it reinforces the point that parenting. I know in different jurisdictions, parenting is different and so on, but it's reached that point. If those information, those allegations are correct, that the parenting, their parenting is not good for them to have to make a decision to purchase a gun. Yes, they can take that 15-year-old to their shooting range, while hunting and so on. But to have the 15-year-old solely responsible, the owner, because now they did purchase the gun, but he now owns it. It is a gift to him. He now is the owner of that weapon. And the other issues surrounding it, as I said, if they are correct, these are just allegations. If those are proven to be factual, then I think they are culpable.
Yes.
Those parents are yes, they really should be charged and set as an example for parents, because I know how widespread it is. If parents would have harbored thoughts like them by doing not really going as far as they went in doing what they did, but even consider, you know, it is so, especially what is happening with the gun laws.
Yes.
And to make that decision, and as I said, it's compounded the problem, the whole issue surrounding the case, about those allegations, their response after they were approached, after they were contacted about the joins and the response that the mother gave and so on. All of those, it is sickening to say by best to know that this occurred. As I said, that these are accurate information.
Yes.
Parenting is so important. It is so important, and we, you know, in our earlier days, we were taught, our parents inculcated, certain values, certain things, and they were seen as very strict. Yes, and now those are not. They're not as strict. I know time has evolved, and the same thing would not augur in today's world, in today's society. But there are certain things that should remain. Certain things, parenting things, should remain, and a child is a child.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter how the world has evolved, how things have changed over these decades. There are certain things should not be done, and this really raised eyebrow. How some parents treat their children.
Yes. Thank you, Kat. We appreciate your comments.
Okay.
All right, thanks so much. We have another caller. Good afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Lady D.
Hello there, my young lady.
Good evening, Mr. Willoughby.
Hi, young lady. How are you?
I'm good. I miss you so much. I asked for you all the I thought you was somewhere relaxing, having a good time. But thank God you're back in one piece and back so you can tell a story.
Yeah, thank you very much, well. I appreciate it.
So just keep well.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yes.
Young lady, could you turn your
ma'am.
radio down, please?
Oh boy, we're in the other side. Hold on, Lady D.
Welcome
to Lady D.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All kinds of things happening in the news, man. I tell you, with this guy, and I can't believe people are buying their teenagers guns, but it's the culture. It's the culture.
Yeah.
Yes, young lady, go ahead.
Yes, quick and short. You know, I hope this is maybe an example for some of us as parents, because a lot of parents, especially when you go in the store, you know, this is what I want. I don't want that. I want this. You know, and the parents crumble to what the kid says.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sorry for the parents, because looking at the kid look like, the kid to me, you know, he's far out. So for someone to buy him, the parents, you know, must have seen some sign there at home before it was even called into the school, you know, to have that session with the school authority there. That's all I have to say. Be good, Lady D, and Mr. Wilby, please take care, and God bless.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
ma'am, lady.
Thank you very much.
We have another caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady D, and good afternoon, Chris.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, Pat, how are you?
Lady D?
We're good. We're good.
Good. I really missed you, Chris. I didn't know you were sick, but I'm glad to hear that you're feeling a lot better.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. Yes, I just want to have my little tidbit, you know, on the shooter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I first heard about that shooting, it reminded me of the Sandy Hook shooting, you know, those young kids in Massachusetts. And I just simply said to myself, when is this ever going to end? But when I look at that young 15-year-old, he looks so troubled. He looks so far out in left field. But his parents, oh my God, they are another story. You know, where they are now, that's where they need to be. And I also believe that the school should be responsible because they did not take the appropriate action yet. They, the teacher or the counselor, when she reported it, but then they should have taken it to the next level. They should have called in the authorities. They never should have let that go be swept under the rug. So they're all guilty.
Yes.
They all have a part to play, and it is so very sad. You know, I don't want to put the race card into it, but when I evaluate the situation, I see more of these mass shooters. They're all Caucasian, and these are young kids, and they're troubled. And society, what is society doing to them? Had it been the shoe on the other foot, it would have been something different. So I believe that these parents and the school are culpable for this, you know, atrocity. And, you know, they have to dig a little deeper into it and put, you know, the blame where it really lies. It's just so sad that these young lives have been taken so tragically, all because of something that was senseless.
Yes.
It was irresponsible.
I agree. We agree.
So that's just my take on it.
Thank you. So good to hear you, Pat. Thank you.
Good to hear you, too. Yes, all right. We will talk.
Thank you very much, Pat. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Definitely, Chris.
Alrighty.
Continue to feel better.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Do we have another caller online?
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady D.
Hello there, Miss Gloria.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wilby.
Hi, Gloria.
Welcome back, and sorry to hear about but we're glad to have you back, and
thank you.
Stay well now.
Thank you very much. I'm trying. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes. About the family in Jamaica.
In Clarendon, yes.
It is Clarendon, yes. It's a sad thing to hear, but this one bothers me more. The one with the gun. There's one over here because I could never. They are here and they see and hear what is going on. And he would have to wait until he reached the age to go buy the gun himself. I wouldn't buy him no present as a gun. I am afraid of guns. So that would be a no-no for him. He's going to school and he's not at the age that he can buy it for himself. I am not going to buy. Gun is not a toy.
That's right.
It's a real thing. You imagine those parents that lost their children won't feel
Yes. It's some
because of people who are, you hear, you see it on the news every day. Why go facilitate him with a gun and he's going to school? Buy something else. Say, no, Danny, or whatever your name is, I love you. And then there's a statement that she said, laugh out loud, we love you. No, that's not love. Because I don't know what you are going to do with that. You're going to choose something else.
Right.
Johnny, I love you, but choose something else that I'm going to spend my money on to give you as a gift for Christmas. Until you're able to go into the shop and buy it yourself, I'm not going to do that.
Yes.
You know, if I may just interrupt
those
you
people
for a
lost their
minute.
children, they're never going to see them again.
Yes, and we do have
And you
to.
hear it on the news every day, you see. Why? Let him wait until he can buy it himself. Then I don't have to feel, I'll feel guilty, but not in the way how they are supposed to feel now.
Yes. All right. Thank you so
And
much,
they were
Gloria.
upset, well, I heard the person said they were frightened and whatever. No frightened. They were trying to elude the cops. They were running. Come on.
Yes.
You see it and you hear it every day and go find a safe place to hide. You telling him, laugh out loud and we love you and after you buy it and give him. I'm going to see my child again. Come on.
Thank you,
Let's
Gloria.
get serious. Let's get down to business.
Yes.
It's not that it have a one-time truth. It has been happening. Don't promise Johnny that or whatever his name is. Johnny, no. When you get a little older, when you can go in and purchase it yourself, you don't think of something else. Mommy loves you and mommy is going to give you that. But right now, mommy not so comfortable with that. And both of them could make that decision before this thing happened.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Gloria.
I am
we have
glad
two other.
Yes. And they're going to have money turned them because they were running. They said they weren't running, but they were hiding.
All right. Thank you. We
And
have
you
two
can't
other calls
laugh
holding.
out loud and then, no, you're going to hide.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. We have two other calls. We appreciate your comments. Thanks. All right. Who do we have
Thank
on
you,
the
Gloria.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Who is next in line?
Good
Go ahead.
evening, ladies.
Hello. Good
Yes,
evening, Vernon.
How are you, Mr. Wilby?
I am doing all right. Thank you.
Good evening to everyone who's listening and who is on the show. These
Thanks.
people do these things all the time. It's just that it happened to this one. But from they can walk, they buy them gun. That's how these people do. That's the gift to them. It's going on forever and not going to change.
Yeah.
That's the way they live.
Yeah. It's,
Those people. You
it's
understand?
one of those
It's
privileged.
something they're doing forever.
Yes.
In 1950, they have 18 school shootings in this country. So this is never going to change. They're into guns.
And it's very unfortunate, because it's one of those privileged kinds of lifestyles that they have chosen. And it's like a parent who knowingly has a weapon in their house. They are not monitoring at most of the time to see if my weapon, especially if it's not a weapon where the licensed holder of the weapon, be it a mother or a father, always has it on their person. They might have it secured someplace in the house. And if at any time that child gains access, whether by way of illegal entry into that space, or it is just unsecured and they find it, sometimes parents are not paying attention They see their children. Life is moving so fast, I believe, for many of them. The lifestyle, the parenting, all kinds of social happenings are going on, that though their child is in their house, locked away in a room, they go, I've seen it go, they knock on door, and the child is saying, I can't talk to you now. You know, there's that kind of a standoff, as if to say they are paying rent. So this
that's
is
the way they grew up.
that is how they raise them.
That is a traditional thing.
Yeah,
right.
they raise them that way. So even if that child is zoning out into another headspace, they're not seeing it. They don't see. The child seems just normal to them. And even if he slumps or she slumps or so, they're like, chin up, buddy, Robbie, and so on. But they are not paying attention. Not paying attention.
They carry the gun to school, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the police see them, they don't say nothing to them because they are those kind of people.
Mm-hmm. Very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad. And other people's children have to
Just
pay the
stay away
price.
from them. That's all you can do.
Oh, thanks, Vernon.
Yeah, no,
Thank you, Vernon.
Chris, we had 7
my
minutes.
brother.
You wanted to say something, Chris?
You know, one of the things we have to realize is that this was not a one-off incident, as most of the callers are saying. This is a deliberate act. If you buy your child a gun, there is only one thing that you're telling your child to do, and is go and kill people. There is only one thing that gun is going to do, and it is to kill. So the minute you buy your child a gun, you give it to him. You are telling him, you are giving him permission to kill people. It is okay to go and kill. So I am not sorry for these parents. They are some right-wing nut jobs. This is who they are. This is what they do. This is the life that they live. So they need to pay the consequence. And I was very happy when I heard that they were going to charge them, because it is about time that they start charging the parents of these killers, so that it will send a message that, look, you can't just buy these killers, these monsters. You can't just buy them guns and let them loose on other people's children and expect that it is going to be okay. No, it's not. So it is full time that the parents start getting charged.
Lose my child.
Hortense, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Me lose
Hortense.
my child. You are go buy both Christmas present. You not see nothing else could buy the present. You gonna boast about you know put up on your on this. Man, they should rat me in jail. Rat me in this jail. Charge them. I can't talk about them under suicide. So damn killed. Making go hang yourself. Making go jump up in a something. Hang yourself in a prison. Yes. And also the parents. I don't care for them. You know, and again, with all that policeman again, and that girl, we have the children with sick and people are help them. And the one with stab over money, partner money. My God. What those animals?
Some really serious things are happening. And there's more to come.
And who give the parents up that poor children they now losing life in a school? You send a school to learn. You must send those. You want to go fire gun, go Afghanistan, go fight war. And then going back to the Gulf Coast, to go fight war. I'm a gorilla. It's a gorilla. Don't tell me say you go buy gun in present. You should take it on upon them and kill them instead. God Almighty.
Thank you, my Hortense. We have 3 minutes to go. Yes.
Lady D, this one, a man was driving his car right?
Yes.
And the car overheating, and he went to get some water from a white neighbor, a white man along the way.
Mm-hmm.
When he pulled up, he and his son, the son said, "Daddy, you told me the next black man is you're going to let me shoot him." He said it took off without the car or water. And
Or
that.
not,
It took off
yes.
like lightning.
He kept moving,
Eh?
of course.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, baby.
Thank
So
you.
these people, they are very dangerous.
Yes, yes. Thank you both. We have 3 minutes to go.
Okay,
We
have a good
appreciate your
evening, man.
comments. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Wilby, get better, Mr. Wilby. Feel stronger.
Thank you very
stronger.
much, Hortense. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Drink some cow skin soup with peanut in there.
Correct,
That's a new
Chris. Chris, you get remedy.
I tell you.
What do you have, a flu or a cold? What do you have, sir?
I am recovering from COVID-19.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you want the
Oh.
cow skin soup with the peanut in there and the yellow yam and dumplings.
Hallelujah.
You know, I've been getting a lot of the soup with the yellow yam in it, you know, and the dumpling, but not any peanut. I never know that peanut could go in soup.
Never, peanut can't go in anything.
Put the peanut in
Okay.
there.
You're not allergic, are you? You're not allergic to nuts?
No, I am not.
Okay.
All right. And you get the blended peanut with the oats and stuff with Jenna and one guinea.
Yeah. Chris, I don't know if you're going to wake up.
With 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, right?
Yeah.
and break it in a glass and put room temperature water on it and drink it before you go to bed.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. Yes. Oh, MS, is that you?
That it is.
Oh, hi. Welcome.
There should be a new law that if you have underage children and you buy guns, it must be under lock and key. Must.
Because there are parents, and I take your comment, because your suggestion, because there are parents who put their weapons under lock and key. It's not just left open. But when you take it to the next level of treating your child to a weapon, then that's a whole nother dynamic right there, and it's nothing good. Because what does a 15-year-old know anything about withholding control, having control of a weapon, especially if he's already having emotional issues?
There should be a restriction law also. The teenagers cannot have guns. Should be a restrictive law there also. But the big problem is that a white man, as far as they claim, a black man will not make any rules that a black man should be forced to follow.
I tell you, it is a recurring decimal, and somebody's child or children are paying the price by a fatal means each time.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
All right.
We're going to close the show.
welcome.
We appreciate your comments.
Okay.
All right, all the best. Well, Mr. Wilby, it has been a good day. We did not get to dabble into Madam Rihanna's attire.
You know, the callers choose the topic that they want to talk about, you know, so
Absolutely.
that's okay.
Yes.
So, thank you once again, Lady J. It's good to be back, and hopefully next week I will be at 100%, and I want to thank all the callers for your well wishes and the goodwill. I appreciate it, and it's nice to know that I was missed.
Yes.
Thank you all very much, and hopefully I will be back here next week in full health.
All right, good. So looking forward to, and I'm going to work on that other thing that we want to surprise our audience with.
Exactly.
that
Yes.
we wanted to attempt the other day. We'll just, let them start wondering what that is.
Yeah. Next week.
Yeah.
Next week we can
Hopefully
attempt that.
next week blah blah blah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
All righty, Chris Wilby, bless you.
All right. Have a good evening.
Take it easy. What a show we had today. My Dancing Music Monday music was off the hook. People wanted to get some of the food, the cow skin and something in my feature of, that nice food stuff down at Jamaica there. Isn't that so? Yes. Want to thank you all for tuning in. There's something about how the radio, Linkage Radio, has been transitioning. Yes, there is a certain change that has taken place, and we are not doing this in isolation. It's about coming together, all of us coming together as presenters and you, our listening and viewing audience, to make it good. The camaraderie is what we need. We laugh here, we discuss here, we even cry if something happens to one of our own. And so that is why we need to keep the momentum going so that people can know we have a heart. We're not just here to talk, but certainly the issues that are real, that are common, we all share some form of commonality. And when that hits home or it hits home someplace else, we ought to be sympathetic, empathetic, to what's going on. So we thank you all for being a part of the show today. And I'm looking forward to being back here on Thursday to do it all over again for you with Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Blessings to everyone. And those of you who did not tune in this past Saturday to Gifted Fingers Touching Lives, a gift, a calling, a purpose, you missed it. But you can go on to my YouTube channel, Inside of the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez, and subscribe and just go and watch all my video clips that I have there of the show and other things that I do. Blessings to you. Thanks to Cooler Runnings, Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nerita Avenue in the Bronx, for being a part of my sponsors list. Blessings, everyone. As always, love yourselves, love your children, and in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. Blessings. Bye, my YouTubers. Bye, everyone. Love, love, love. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Trying to purchase a new or used car but have credit issues? CarLoansNY.com will help. Go online or call 888-281-7757. View hundreds of new and pre-owned cars. Be approved in minutes. CarLoansNY.com's goal is 100% credit approval. We look at your future, not your past. New and pre-owned vehicles priced to fit your budget. Stop going dealer to dealer to get turned down. Go to CarLoansNY.com today and start driving within 24 hours. Or call 888-281-7757. We help good people with bad credit get great cars.
Enjoy your evening.
Hello, Kevin. You ever hear about index